Hi, this is Dr. Frank with the Church of Rational Truth. First off, we've got to talk about what's going to happen with the voting. The money for passive income from last month is going to go towards the church and library fund again, so that'll put a little bit more money towards that. Today's lecture, we're just going to talk a little bit about karma. We're not going to talk about karma in so much of a spiritual sense in terms of good deeds being passed on, reincarnation, some of the things that go with the more spiritual sides of karma. We're going to talk more in terms of karma and cause and effect, which I think is really more of the more literal translation of the word. But you could have an entire lecture on different ways of interpreting karma, and I think we best try to stay away from that. I would say karma is the idea of cause and effect. A lot of people take in their interpretation of the meaning of karma that the good deeds we do will get repaid and the bad things we do will get repaid as well, that there will be some sort of karmic or cosmic justice, that good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. The thing that I've seen, or the thing that seems like more likely, is that is not necessarily the case, that there's not necessarily justice involved. I would say, if anything, if you look at what's happened to people, there's plenty of cases where very good people have had bad things happen to them, and it doesn't seem like it makes any sense. Good people that have worked hard all their lives, done right things, they still sometimes get bad things happen to them, and sometimes people who don't do good things end up having good things happen to them. I think karma does not necessarily have a otherworldly tie to justice. I think if we think that, that's kind of limiting, and that's kind of putting us in a bad situation. I feel like karma more comes from us, or at least I think that's how we should look at it, is that karma really comes from what we do and how we respond to others in terms of how we do things, or how we respond to what someone does to us. I would say that is more karma. I would say karma is more of the communal memory we have for others, and the idea that if you do something that may harm another person or that may positively affect another person, that that will stay with them, that the community at large will hopefully remember these things, and the community will kind of act as karma. They will come back and will respond in certain ways. I'm not necessarily going to say that if you do good in the community, that the community is necessarily going to do good for you. Sometimes, and I've seen this with therapy, there's plenty of times where I've had a patient who does plenty of good for certain people, but that good ends up getting not repaid at all, or sometimes that good gets taken advantage of. You see that a lot with people who are pathologically empathetic. They give, 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 give. And what happens? Well, if we're going to talk about karma, sometimes the cause and effect of that is that they get the people who are going to take, take, take. They don't always get, this positive repayment from it. Sometimes their end result, or their cause and effect, is getting people who are going to take advantage in their lives. So karma, I think, should be seen more like that old way, or that classical interpretation of everything is interrelated and everything has cause and effect, not so much that the cause and effect is just. I feel like the justice in karma doesn't come from something cosmic, it comes from us. We have to be the purveyors of karmic justice. If we're going to try and tie the two, we have to try to act justly, we have to invoke that justice in our decisions and actions, and that has to be part of how we decide how to do things as a community, not just towards others, but how we build society structures, how we build our justice system, how we build our police system, our enforcement. This all has to kind of go into how we function as a society. How do we want to take our own karma in our hands and try to use that to make justice from the cause and effect of our actions? I think that's the only way we can actually try to get justice, because if we don't actively act towards justice ourselves in our society, I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, there will be some, but to get this wonderful everybody gets what they deserves kind of justice, that takes a lot of work. Everybody in the community has to be active. If people in the community aren't active, well, you'll get plenty of times where people will end up having not cause and effect that correlate with the good and the bad they do. You'll end up having bad people get good things. You'll end up having good people not have good things. So I think it's kind of everybody's duty to kind of make that karma justice the way we expect it to be, the way we want it to be. And that's not easy. We always have to keep that in mind. I would say keep that in mind when we do charity. You want to do charity to people who are deserving of charity. You don't want to do charity and help people who are just taking advantage and not doing good things towards others. So I would say the big point of this lecture is karma is what we make of it. We need to be able to take karma and use it as a society and say, what are the causes and effects that we are creating? And are these the causes and effects that we want to make? Is this the society we want to mold with how we react to things? That's it for this week's lecture. I'm keeping it a little brief because it's late and I just want to get something out there. We'll do another one next month or next week. Still will be January, so technically not next month. If you all have any topics for lectures, please let me know. See us on the Reddit, see us on the Facebook, see us on the, what else do we have? Discord, everything. We got lots of different social media, so connect with us. We'd love to hear from you. I'll talk to you all next week. Bye bye.